Hi, I'm Phil Story from Glow, and we're on a mission to help businesses do more with their website. Before we start with today's video, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel and also check out our website for more helpful tips and advice. So in this video, I'm going to share 3 easy ways for you to make your WordPress website a little bit more secure. WordPress accounts for around 35% of the entire internet. That's an awful lot of websites. So that means there's also a lot of people that are trying to spoil the party and, more seriously, ruin the reputation of your business online. However, there's also an amazing community of people around WordPress working to make it more secure every day. And by following our tips, you can even do this yourself. Okay, so tip number 1, update WordPress. So sometimes when you log into WordPress, you'll see a little red circle in the top left corner next to where it says updates. Don't ignore the little red circle. So if you do, you're making it easier for people to hack your website. If you see a number in the red circle when you log in, click updates, and then at the top of the screen, it'll tell you to update your version of WordPress. Now, before you rush in and click update, make sure that you've backed up the whole website. This is really, really important because sometimes updates can go wrong and cause issues with your website, particularly if it's a major WordPress update. So by backing it up first, you'll be able to put the website back to how it was if any issues do arise. So tip number 2, update the plugins. Much like the last tip, you'll also need to make sure that you update the plugins on your WordPress site. Again, when you're logged in, you'll see a little red circle in the top left corner if any plugins need updating. Click on the update screen and then scroll down a little. There, you'll see a list of the plugins that need updating. Before you update anything, you know what I'm going to say hopefully, back up the website. You can then update, safe in the knowledge that if something does go wrong, you can restore the site back to how it was beforehand. So, one by one, update each plugin, but be mindful of what each plugin is actually there to do on your website. For example, if you're updating the plugin that controls the forms on your website, then test that the forms still work after you've done the update. Testing things still work after you perform an update on WordPress is absolutely crucial. For a little bonus tip, consider keeping a record somewhere every time that you do an update. It'll really help if a problem does arise in the future. Tip number 3, scan the website regularly. People are trying to gain access to your website all the time. Don't think that just because you might be a small business that you're out of the line of fire. You're not. A good practice to get into is to regularly have your website scanned. So a scan will run through all of the files in the database behind your website and check for stuff that looks a bit dodgy. So I'd recommend installing a plugin like WordFence. You can activate the scan feature and it'll run periodically without you having to do anything. If there's something that you need to be aware of, it'll notify you by email. So WordFence is really good at telling you what to do if it does find an issue. However, if you're unsure, ask your web developer for help. So there you go, you've just made your website a little bit more secure. These are really important things to keep on top of when you're maintaining your WordPress website. So set some time aside in your diary to do this at least once a week. As always, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel or check out our website for more tips just like this.